Static crackled from the central holoscreen. A raider broadcast looped. Princess Illyra's sobs pierced the command chamber. Queen Sereth's iridescent scales flushed deep crimson. Her claws dug into the armrest. Staff Sergeant Mara Vance tapped her wrist gauntlet. Code scrolled across her visor. She sliced through the feed's encryption in seconds. The princess's voice print isolated. High-pitched wails matched archive samples from palace logs.
"I can bring her back,"
Mara said. Sereth whirled. Her multifaceted eyes locked on the human. You? A soft-skinned outsider? Warden Hax holds my daughter in his fortress. Raiders swarmed the outer hangars. Mara kept her voice level. Voice print traces to Sector 7. Hangar 19. Not the fortress. Hack broadcasts from there to draw your forces.
Captain Joran Keth stepped forward.
His armored crest rattled. Human lies. Our scans show no such trace. Mara projected the hack onto the main screen. Waveforms pulsed. Your scans mislayered proxies. I bypassed them. Illyra's there now. Her breath hissed. Mara met her gaze. Permission to brief your captain. 3 steps. No tricks. Sereth nodded once. Joran crossed his arms. Speak. Step 1. I hack Raider comms, feed false chatter about a palace assault on the fortress. Pulls their main force out. Joran's mandibles clicked. Risky. They detected. Step 2. Mara cut in. Your teams hit decoy hangars.
Draw fire. I slip into 19 alone.
Alone? Sareth echoed. Into Harek's jaws? Mara nodded. Step 3. Extract Illyra via single fast ship. Yours. No fleet. Speed over numbers. Joran bristled. We storm together. Human tactics ignore our swarm strength. Your swarms trigger traps, Mara said. Rax wants spectacle. I go quiet. Get the child. Sereth's tail lashed. You demand our ship? Need velocity. Humans excel at solo insertions. Mara tapped the schematic. Hangar 19 blinked red. Trust the plan, or lose her. Alarms blared. Palace security teams mobilized. Joran checked his comm. Teams vector to fortress. Now. Mara grabbed his arm. Wrong target. Redirect to decoys hangars 12 and 15.
He yanked free? You countermand me?
She blocked the chamber door. Raiders expect fortress push. Decoys split them. Or Illyra dies in crossfire. Sereth's voice cut through. Do it, Captain. He barked orders. Teams shifted. Mara exhaled. First hurdle cleared.
Joran eyed her. You walk unarmed?
Mara extended her arm. Implant me. Track every move. A medic drone hummed forward. Needle-pierced skin. Tracker glowed under flesh. Mara flexed her fingers. No flinch. Proof, she said. Now the ship. Sereth rose. Briefing room. All assets assemble. Mara followed into the adjacent chamber. Alien officers filled the space. Crests high, weapons hot. She walked in empty-handed. Whispers rippled. No pistol, no knife, just the tracker pulsing. Joran took position at the holotable. Sergeant Vance outlines extraction. Schematics bloomed. Raiders hold Irea in Hangar 19. Rax uses her for leverage. Broadcasts end when we hit.
A lieutenant snarled. Why trust this human?
They breed reckless. Mara ignored him. Comms hack starts now. Her fingers flew. Raider channels flooded with forged palace chatter. Fortress assault imminent. All wings converge. Raider responses lit up. Forces peeled away from outer sectors. Hangar 19's guard thinned. Decoys launch, Joran ordered. Explosions rocked distant holes. Raider fire split. Mara slipped her hood up. Ship ready? A sleek interceptor idled in the bay. Joran tossed her a comm earpiece. We monitor. Betray us, you'll know. Mara vaulted into the cockpit. Engines thrummed. She punched coordinates. The ship blasted from the palace docks. Stars streaked. Mara wove through debris fields. Raider patrols scrambled toward decoys. Her path cleared. Hangar 19 loomed. A battered dome crawling with sentries. Mara cloaked the ship behind a derelict freighter. She cycled the hatch. Magnetic boots gripped the hull. Voice print guided her. Illyra's sobs echoed faintly through vents. Mara cut a plasma slit in the outer panel. Slid inside? She crawled, gauntlet scanning. Guards laughed below. Hack's crew boasting over the princess. Queenfold soon? One grunted. Child's our ticket.
Mara dropped silently into shadows. 2 raiders patrolled the cell block.
She snapped the first's neck with a twist, dragged him into cover. Second turned. Her elbow crushed his windpipe. Cell door hissed open. Princess Illyra huddled inside, scales dull with fear. 6 years old, eyes wide.
Who? Rescue.
Mara scooped her up, light as a child should be. Illyra clung, tiny claws pricked Mara's vest. Mama? Soon. Mara boosted her onto shoulders. Illyra gripped hair. Alarms wailed. Rack's voice boomed. Intruder. Secure the assets. Boots thundered. Mara kicked a grate. Pipes burst. Steam flooded the corridor. Raiders choked. She sprinted for the breach. Illyra whimpered. Scary. Mara vaulted debris. Routine. Blaster bolts scorched walls. She returned fire one-handed. Racks burst from a side door. Massive, scarred, human filth. The Queen pays triple for you both. Mara shoved Illyra into the duct. Go. Left, then down. Illyra hesitated. You? Right behind. Mara faced Rax. He charged. She sidestepped, drove knee into his gut. He swung, fist grazed her shoulder. She countered with a palm strike to throat. Rax gurgled, grabbed her leg. Mara stomped his wrist. Bone cracked. She finished with a boot to temple. He slumped. More raiders swarmed. Mara dove into the duct. Illyra waited at the exit, pulled her through. They tumbled into the hangar. Ship beacon pulsed. Mara fired cover. Illyra scampered aboard. Engines roared. Mara punched thrust. Raider craft pursued. 3 fighters. Captain, she commanded. Package secure. Pursue hot. Joran's voice crackled. Wings inbound. Alien interceptors slashed in. Lasers crisscrossed. 2 raiders exploded. Last one veered. Joran's ship gutted it. Mara banked toward Palace. Illyra stared from the co-pilot seat. You saved me, like stories. Just duty. Docks. Neared. Seraph waited on the platform. Joran at side. Mara landed smooth. Hatch opened. Illyra bolted. Mama. Seraph crushed her daughter close. Tears gleamed on scales. She looked to Mara.
You returned her. Unharmed.
Mara nodded. Tracker still glowed. Told you. Joran clasped her forearm. Alien gesture of respect.
Human methods, extraordinary. We doubted.
Seraph approached. Placed a claw on Mara's shoulder. Bloodline secured. You have our trust. Mara felt the weight. Not just scales. Bond forged in fire. But comms buzzed. Joran stiffened. Rack escaped. Signals new demands. Sereth's eyes hardened. Mara checked her gaunt. The airlock hatch hissed open on the derelict relay station, and a laser bolt seared past Mara's helmet. She dropped low. Booted the cycle override. Hatch slammed shut behind her and Kef. Sparks flew from the impact point. Raider inside the corridor fired blind through the seam. Mara yanked Kef's harness, dragged him behind a bulkhead strut.
His claws scraped deck plating.
Stay down, she hissed. Kef's rifle cycled. He aimed high. Human recklessness, quiet. Mara slapped a breaching charge on the inner hatch. Thumbed the timer, 5 seconds. She marked 3 kill zones on her HUD. Left curve 20 meters, T-junction ahead. Vent cluster right flank. Raider shadows flickered in thermals. Charge blue, hatch buckled inward. Raider burst through, spraying fire. Mara rolled left, double-tapped his chest plate.
He crumpled. Keth flanked right.
Dropped the spotter with a precise neck shot. Mara advanced. Cut the sensor grid at the junction box. Wires sparked. Station lights dimmed to emergency red. Raider alarms wailed faint. Power routed to backups. Grid down, she said. They blind now.
Keth reloaded. Eyed her.
You boarded without scouts. Jumped blind. Our doctrine demands results. Thermals showed 6 hostiles converging. Rack's crew. He holed up here after the palace run, broadcasting demands for ransom and revenge. Queen Sareth tasked her with ending it. Keth supervised. Again? They ghosted forward. Mara sliced a panel.
Access the station spine conduit. Tight crawl, but beacon needed planting topside.
She wedged in. Keth protested from below.
Too exposed. She ignored.
Clawed up 30 meters. Emerged on the dorsal hull. Stars wheeled cold. Relay arrays hummed faint. She mag-clamped the beacon. Pulsed the signal. Alliance ship, jump blind on my mark. Spine vector, vacuum bit her suit seals. She dropped back inside, sealed the hatch. Ship inbound. 60 seconds. Keth's voice crackled. Insane. No targeting lock. Trust the math. Mara primed frags. Led the push to core levels. Raiders funneled them into a kill box. She rolled a drone ahead. It pinged mines. She grenaded the deck. Floor erupted. 2 raiders tumbled screaming into sublevels. Laser fire grazed her pauldron. She pivoted. Dropped the shooter. Keth covered the flank. His shots surgical, picking joints and armor. Alien precision complemented her speed. They hit the maintenance bay. Raider barricade ahead. Rack's voice boomed over speakers. Human pet. Iria's hero comes crawling. Drop weapons. Or I vent the core. Mara spotted a wounded raider slumped against crates. Leg mangled, blood pooling on scales. He clutched a pistol. Weak grip. She advanced slow. Rifle low. Easy. Help you, you help me.
He snarled, raised the pistol.
Keth sighted him. Kill it. Wait. Mara knelt. Pulled trauma kit. Sprayed sealant on his wound. Injected coagulant. Painkillers hit fast. He gasped. Pistol clattered. Why? He rasped. Map. Corridors to racks. No tricks. His eyes flicked. Grudging nod. Tapped wrist pad. Hollow projected. Service tunnels marked red. Raider positions pulsing. Mara memorized. Good trade.
She bound his hands loose, left stim packs.
Stood. Keth gripped her arm. Mercy. He serves Harax.
Intel's better than a corpse. Mara checked the map.
Core access via vents, 20 raiders en route. They slipped into tunnels. Air stank of ozone and fuel. Pipes hissed steam. Mara led, knife out for tripwires. Keth followed, rifle sweeping shadows. Beacon pulsed confirmation. Alliance ship jumping. Station shuddered. Hull groaned. Explosions rocked the spine. Jump shock waves shredded outer arrays. Raider comms erupted in panic. Ship's in, Mara said. They'll pin hacks from orbit. Keth's mandibles clicked approval. Your beacon flawless. Raiders swarmed the breach. Mara fired from the hip. Dropped 3. Keth grenaded the pack. Shrapnel pinged walls. Cracks bellowed from the command deck. Vance, you think one ship ends me? I have leverage. Mara pushed forward. Knapp showed his position. Fortified bridge. Escape pods prepped. She slapped a door charge. Blasted through. Smoke cleared. Hacks loomed behind consoles. Massive frame. Cyber claws gleaming. 5 guards flanked him. Illyra nowhere good, she was safe at Palace. But Rax waved a data core. Royal codes. Palace defenses. Hand it over, or your queen falls. Keth snarled. Traitor filth. Mara cited center mass. Drop it. Harak laughed. Guards fired. Mara dove behind Slag. Returned fire headshot 1. Keth rolled opposite. Nicked another's leg. Alliance lasers thrummed outside. Station buckled. Console sparked. Hacks lunged for a pod control. Mara sprinted. Tackled low. Her knife sank into his knee joint. He roared. Swatted her helmet. Stars burst. She held. Twisted. Keth finished the guards. 2 shots each. Efficient. Cracks grabbed her throat. Claws pierced suit. Human scum. Broke my raid. Took the princess. Mara kneed his groin plates. Cracked them. He loosened. Witch headbutted. Freed her knife. Drove it home. Throat slit.
He gurgled.
Collapsed. Data core clattered free. Mara snatched it. Secured. Keth stared. You charged him. Alone. Duty? She stood. Blood slicked her visor. Calmed the Alliance ship. Racks down. Core secure. Extract. Pods hissed open elsewhere. Raiders fleeing. Alliance guns silenced them. They exfiltrated to the bay. Shuttles docked. Queen Sereth's voice patched through. Sergeant Vance. Report.
Hacks neutralized.
Codes recovered. Pause. Illyra sleeps safe. Because of you. Keth clasped her forearm again. Firmer. No more. Mara nodded. Felt the weight lift. Trust sealed. But her gauntlet chimed. Incoming transmission from deep space. Rax's SIG. Pre-recorded. Enjoy your win, human. My fleet jumps the rim. Your queen's next. Sensors lit. Dozens of contacts inbound. Mara gripped her rifle. Round 2. Mara slammed her boot into the containment room door. Metal buckled. Hinges screamed. The panel flew inward. Princess Elira crouched in a wire cage at the center.
Thin arms hugged her knees. 4 iridescent eyes blinked wide from her delicate, scaled face.
The floor beneath her glowed with red triplights, explosive mines, pressure-wired grid. "Stay still, kid," Mara calmed, voice low. She swept her rifle's beam across the room. 2 Raider guards spun from consoles. Blaster fire chewed the doorframe. Mara rolled left. Returned fire. 1 guard dropped, chest smoking. The second lunged. She sidestepped, drove her rifle butt into his jaw. Crack. He crumpled. Captain Joran Keth burst in behind her. His alien rifle hummed. "Human. Mines first. Protocol. Protocol gets her killed." Mara advanced. Boots tested the floor plating. Clean so far.
She reached the cage. Wires pulsed underfoot.
1 wrong step. Boom. Illyra whimpered. Tiny claws scraped the bars. "Stranger. Hurts." Mara knelt. Ignored Keth's hiss. "Queen's daughter. Sergeant Vance. Here to get you home." She scanned the cage lock. Plasma torch ready.
Keth grabbed her shoulder, Podrin. Wait.
Racks wired at kill switch. "Your way triggers all." Mara shrugged him off. "My way works." She sliced the lock with her field blade. Hiss of superheated metal. Door swung open. Illyra scrambled forward. Floor plate clicked. Red lights flashed. Mine armed. Down. Mara lunged. Tackled the princess. Shielded her small body with her own. Chest to back. Arms locked tight. Boom. Floor erupted. Shrapnel pinged off Mara's armor. Blast wave hurled them sideways. Pain lanced her ribs. Suit integrity held. Illyra squeaked beneath her, unharmed. Mara rolled up. Rifle up. Scanned. Smoke cleared. No more guards.
"You shielded her."
With flesh.
Mara hauled Illyra to her feet. The girl trembled, but her eyes locked on Mara's visor.
Curious spark amid fear. Raider shouts echoed down the corridor.
Footsteps thundered.
Keth raised his weapon. More coming. We fall back. Mara checked Illyra's faceplate. Cracked. Atmosphere hissed out. Not yet. 1 hand pinned the girl's shoulders. Other yanked sealant patch. Pressed hard over the breach. 1 hand pressure check. Seal held green. Illyra gasped, coughed, then nodded. "Stay with me." Mara sliced the restraint cuffs binding Illyra's wrists. Field blade hummed clean through chitin-laced bindings. No nicks. Girl free. Keth fired down the hall. Blasts answered. Human. Extract now. Mara pulled a cum bead from her harness. Peeled it sticky. Pressed into Illyra's palm. Tap twice for yes. 3 fast for run. Got it? Illyra clutched the bead. Tapped twice. Hesitant, then firm. Good girl. Mara scooped her up. Piggyback style. Arms looped under Illyra's legs. Girl's chest to her back. Secure. Keth, vent crawl ahead. You hold corridor. His compound eyes widened. Alone? Against Harrick's pack. You hold. We go. Mara boosted into the vent grate. Field blade pried it loose. Crawled in. Illyra clung tight, breath hot on her neck. Keth's rifle barked behind.
Insane human, go. Darkness swallowed them.
Vent shaft narrow. She inched forward. Methodical. 1 knee, drag, knee. Illyra's weight light, 30 kilos, max. Child-sized for her species. Scared? Mara's voice echoed soft.
Illyra tapped twice, then whispered, "You bleed."
Mara glanced back. Suit patch weeping red at the seam. Minor. Humans do that. Keeps going. Vent rattled. Distant explosions rocked the station. Alliance ships pounding the hull outside. Keth's doing, buying time. Raider voices filtered through grates. Boss! Princess gone! Rax bellowed. Find the human filth. She's meat. Mara pushed faster. Grate ahead. Corridor junction. She kicked it out. Dropped into shadow. Illyra still latched on. Set her down. Scanned. Clear. Stay low. Illyra nodded. Tapped twice. Her tail flicked. Mara's gloved hand steadied it automatic. Keth's comm crackled.
Holding. 5 down.
They flank soon. Where? Data core room. Draw them. Mara slung rifle. Led Illyra at crouch run. Girl matched pace, fearless now. They hit a bulkhead. Locked. Mara sliced the panel. Rewired quick. Green light.
Door hissed.
Inside. Hack's throne room. Raider boss hunched over consoles. Claws danced on controls. Data core hummed central. Prize for the queen. Guards flanked him. 6 total. Harak's head snapped up. The human bitch. With my leverage. Mara shoved Illyra behind a crate. Stay. Tap if trouble. Rifle barked.
Dropped 2 guards. Harak laughed.
Gravel voice.
You charge alone?
For a runt? Keth's voice boomed from corridor. Blasts followed.
Flank breached. Vance. Duty pulled.
Mara sprinted, tackled Harak's low. Knife out. Sank into knee joint.
He roared, swatted her helmet.
Stars burst. She held burst. Twisted. Guards fired. Bolts scorched air. Mara rolled. Fired back. 1 down. Keth stormed in. 2 shots each. Efficient. 4 guards dropped. Hacks grabbed her throat. Claws pierced suit. Broke my raid. Took the princess. Mara kneed groin plates. Crack. He loosened. Headbutted. Freed knife. Drove home. Throat slit. He gurgled. Collapsed. Data core clattered free. Mara snatched it. Secured pouch. Keth stared. Mandibles clicked. You charged. Alone.
Titi.
She stood. Blood-slicked visor. Calmed alliance ship. Core secure. Racks down. Princess safe. Extract. Illyra peeked out. Tapped 3 times. Run? No? Urgent yes? Mara scooped her again. Pods hissed open elsewhere. Raiders fled. Alliance lasers silenced them. They exfiltrated to bay.
Shuttles docked. Queen Sareth's voice patched through.
Sharp, regal. Illyra? Safe, ma'am. Sleeping soon. Mara patted the girl's back. Illyra's eyes drooped. Trust soft in her grip. Pause. We measured you threat. No more. Keth clasped her forearm. Firm. Doubted your methods. Not now. Mara nodded. Weight lifted. Gauntlet chimed. Incoming from deep space. Ha, Hasek. Pre-recorded. Enjoy your win, human. Fleet jumps rim. Queen's next.
Alarms wailed. Sensors lit. Dozens inbound.
Mara gripped rifle. Round 2. Shuttle bay doors sealed. Acceleration pinned them. Illyra stirred on Mara's lap. You, protect. Always. Mara checked her seal again. 1 hand press. Green. Keth leaned in. You're kind. Rushes in. We plan layers. Plans break. Mara met his gaze. No doubt there now. Queen's shuttle linked. Airlock cycled. Sareth waited, tall, crowned in crystal spines. Illyra ran to her. Hugged legs. Human saved. Shielded boom. Sareth's eyes, 8 piercing, fixed on Mara. My bloodline endures. Because you refuse to leave her. Mara saluted. Civilians first, ma'am. Mara kicked the cell door fully open. Princess Illyra tumbled into her arms, wide eyes locking on the human's face, 6 small limbs clutched tight. No time for protocol. Mara slung her rifle and boosted the girl higher on her hip. Got you. Stay close. Captain Keth swept his plasma carbine across the corridor. Princess secure. Move to exfil, Sergeant. Queen's shuttle pings 5 minutes out. Footsteps echoed from the junction ahead. Raiders regrouping fast. Mara slapped her gauntlet console. Station schematics flared. Coolant lines snaked red through the bulkhead. She punched override codes, human fingers flying where alien claws would snag. Valves groaned. Icy slurry erupted from ceiling grates, flooding the hull ankle-deep in seconds. Raiders burst around the corner. Rack's goons slipped and cursed, formation shattering as they dodged the freeze. One fired wild, bolt sizzling into the deck.
Keth dropped him with a precise shot to the leg. Go!
Mara barked. She sprinted, Illyra bouncing against her chest plate. The girl's tap came sharp on Mara's shoulder, 3 times. Urgent. Mara glanced down. Alariah pointed left, toward shadowed cells lining the overflow path. Keth hesitated. Mission scope. Princess only. Evac now. Da. Screams pierced the hiss of coolant. Da. Mara veered without breaking stride. Her vibro knife hummed to life. First side cell panel sparked and buckled under the cut. 3 young aliens spilled out, starved, fur-matted, eyes huge, not royal, but alive. Grab them, Mara ordered. Kef scooped 2 under his arms. The third latched onto Mara's leg, slowing her a beat. Coolant rose to knees now, Raiders splashing behind. Illyra tapped again. Yes, more. Mara shouldered the next cell door. It resisted. She rammed it with her boot. Metal crumpled. 2 more kids tumbled free, one a gangly adolescent clutching a makeshift toy blade. Out. Follow. Keth growled over comms. Vance, this delays us. Had squad flanks.
Delays kill. Move. Mara cut open a 3rd cell despite the scope screaming in her HUD.
No kids, but a huddle of captives. Workers chained. Panicked shrieks rose as floodwaters lapped their cages. One clawed at bars, fins flaring in terror. No choice. Mara's knife sang through locks. Run for the bay. Shuttles inbound. The group surged past, a chaotic knot of limbs and cries. Illyra buried her face in Mara's neck, but her grip stayed firm. Trust sealed in that small hold. Keth herded the freed ones ahead, his carbine flashing back at pursuit. Raiders closed. Blaster fire pinged off walls. Mara shoved Illyra into Keth's path. Take her. Evac all of them. I'll cover. Keth's multifaceted eyes narrowed.
Negative. Liaison protocol. No time 7-8.
Mara planted her boots in the flood, rifle up. Non-lethal rounds chambered, stun slugs, per Alliance rules. No kills unless cornered. Go, Captain. Queen's waiting. He paused a heartbeat, then nodded. Scooped Illyra and bolted, the kids stumbling after, door irised shut behind them. Mara slapped breaching charges on the frame. Slow burn, just enough smoke. Alone now. Sensors pinged. Rack's signature inbound heavy squad. Mara grinned under her visor. Baytime. She fired a flare grenade down the hall. Hey, Warden! Lost your leverage, Boots thundered closer. Rax bellowed through the steam, voice gravel over static. Human witch. The princess dies if you... Mara retreated, drawing them. Coolant climbed to thighs, slowing the armored brutes. She ducked into a side bay, dead-end cargo hold, per schematics. Stacked crates loomed. Perfect traps. Last raider through the door? She'd rigged it already. Hacks charged first, vibroax whirring. 8 raiders fanned behind. Weapons hot. Mara popped from cover. Stunned slug cracked Rack's knee guard. He roared, staggering into the flood. She pivoted, double-tapped to the next 2 chest shots. Non-lethal pulse dropping them twitching. Flank her. Rack snarled, axe swinging wide. Mara rolled under it, coolant splashing. Her rifle barked, shoulder hit on the flanker, leg on another. They crumpled, weapons skidding. One lunged close, claws raking her armor. She drove elbow into his throat, then stunned him point blank. Breath steady, no panic. Routine. Hacks lunged again, axe biting crate beside her head. Splinters flew. Mara sidestepped, fired low. Slug punched his thigh. He dropped to one knee. Axe clattering. You'll pay for the princess. She's home. Last 2 raiders hesitated, then bolted for the door. She let them. Evac priority. Herak swung wild from the ground. She stomped his wrist, crunch audible. Cuffs snapped on. Bay doors hissed behind her. Keth's voice cut through. Vance. Clear. Shuttles docked. Mara hauled Herrick's up by collar, shoved him toward the group. Freed captives stared, workers whispering in their tongue. Illyria peeked from Keth's arms, tapping once. Safe. Pods launched as they piled in. Acceleration crushed them back. Mara sealed Illyra's harness beside her. The girl leaned in, small hand on Mara's gauntlet. You, open all. Not just me. Never leave him behind. Mara checked seals. Green across the board. Keth strapped in opposite. Hacks bound at his feet.
Doubted you, Sergeant.
Reroute coolant? Free extras? Human rush. He clasped her forearm. Grip iron. Saved more than bloodline.
Alliance lasers lit the void outside viewports. Raider stragglers vaporized.
Clean extract. Until the side pod hissed. Mara glanced over. Last captive cell. Overlooked in the chaos. She punched the manual release. Door cracked. Eyes stared back. Not one child. A nest of them. 5 huddled, youngest barely stirring. Raider prizes, hidden deeper. Keth tensed. Scope closed. We go. Not yet. Rifle up. Raiders inbound on sensors, reinforcements jumping the rim. Hrax laughed from the deck, bloodied but unbroken. Fleet comes, human. Queen's throne crumbles. Illyra tugged Mara's sleeve. More protect? Scoop the smallest. Round 2 starts now. Alarms wailed. Shuttles banked hard. Ma'am, princess safe. But Hrax got a nursery op. Request hold 4. Static cut her. Incoming signatures bloomed. Keth powered weapons. We layer it. Mara grinned. Rifle cycled fresh. Kids clutched tight. Trust forged in flood and fire. They jumped. Palace docking clamps thudded home. Mara Vance unstrapped. Princess Illyra still nestled against her chest. The hatch hissed open. 6 alien marines snapped rifles up, iridescent scales flaring under corridor lights. Barrels locked on her. Human. Weapon down! Barked the lead marine, crest quivering. Mara eased Illyra to the deck. The girl clung, wide eyes darting. Mara raised empty hands first. Rifle slung loose across her back. Easy. Princess secure. She unclipped the sling, let it drop. Marines surged forward, boots scraping alloy. Another yanked her wrists for binders. Illyra whimpered. No hurt, Mara. The lead marine hesitated, glanced at the child. Queen's orders, all threats secured. Mara kept her voice level. Threats the raiders we smoked. Not me. She knelt slow, palms out. Marines bound her anyway. Illyra's claws dug into her arm. Fine. Binders chafed, but the girl stayed calm. Captain Joran Keth emerged from the aft hold, herding the 5 rescued younglings. Hrax trailed, zip-tied and snarling. Keth's gaze met Mara's, nodded once.
Scope holds, Sergeant. Marines, stand down on the human.
She keyed the extract. Marines grumbled but lowered rifles. Mara stood, Illyra attached like a limpet. Shock protocols. Keth waved them through. Corridor bulkheads hummed as the ship accelerated toward the palace spires. Mara guided Illyra to a crash bench. The girl shivered, membranes fluttering over her eyes. Raider stun gas residue clung to her scales. Look at me, princess. Mara tapped her wrist pad. Metronome app, beep, steady. Tick, tick, tick. 60 beats. Breathe with it. In on 1, hold 2, 3, out 4, 5, 6. Illyra's chest hitched, scared. Dark cages. Match the tick. Mara synced her own breaths. Demonstrated. In. Hold. Out. The other younglings clustered nearby, mimicking. Keth watched from the hatch, arms crossed. Tick-tick. Illyra's inhales steadied. Color returned to her frills. You fix breath, like Mama's songs. Drill. Keeps panic out. Mara checked vitals on the pad, pulse dropping. Good. She passed nutrient tabs from her kit. Chew slow. Build strength. One youngling coughed, scales dull. Mild dehydration. She rigged an IV from shuttle spares. Needle fine as a hair. Hold still, kid. Hydrates fast. Keth stepped closer. Human field medic quals exceed spec. Those younglings, Raider clutch bait.
You punch the override cell without scan. Routine sweep.
Mara taped the line secure. No one left in the dark. Illyra tugged her sleeve. Mara, protect all. Not just Illyra, the girl beamed up. Trust sealed in those big eyes. Mara ruffled her crest gently. That's the job. Ship shuddered into palace approach. Docking alerts blared. Keth clapped Mara's shoulder. First voluntary contact. Queen awaits, but reports first. Marines herded Hrax forward. The raider boss spat blood. Your pet human's reckless, Keth. Delayed for strays. Throne weakens. Keth backhanded him silent. She saved the line. Corridor junction split. Med bay left. Bridge right. Keth veered bridge. Mara followed Illyra in tow. Herrick's guards dragged him along. Keth paused at the hatch, voice low. My log drafts insubordination. Delayed extract.
Risked princess. Mara planted herself.
Binders clinked. Logged at rescue. 5 kids breathing because of it. Princess 2. Hacks had triggers primed. Keth's crest flattened. Doubt flickered. Protocol primary asset only. You rewrote scope.
Protocol fails when they hide nests. Mara leaned in.
Report truth, Captain, or I walk your halls explaining human standard.
Illyra piped up. Mara right.
She chews Illyra safe. Then more safe. Keth's gaze dropped to the girl. Sighed. Truth, then. Rescue expanded.
He keyed the hatch.
but Queen judges. Bridge viewport framed the palace, a glittering hive of spires and shield domes. Shuttle bay irised open below. They dropped through. Palace Marines swarmed the pad as clamps locked. Mara exited last, Elira hand in hand. Queen Sereth waited on the dais, flanked by advisors. Her crown frills pulsed regal blue. Captain Keth saluted, shoved Hurex forward.
Highness, Warden Rakes secured.
Princess recovered. Sareth's eyes locked on Elira.
Relief cracked her poise. She swept forward.
Boo!
My daughter Illyra ran to her, hugged fierce, then pulled back. Mama, Mara said Illyra. And friends. Sareth straightened. Gaze shifted to Mara. Hardened. You return my blood, yet Keth reports deviations. A palace interrogator slithered up, robes embroidered with truth vines. Princess to secure wing. Human to holding cells, debrief separate. Illyra clutched Mara's leg. No. Mara stay. Interrogator's tendrils extended. Royal protocol.
Subjects isolated. Mara stepped between.
Block his path. She stays with me. Shock rebound if split. Interrogator hissed. You dictate terms? Guards. 4 palace enforcers advanced. Staves humming charge. Sareth raised a claw. Hold. Ma'am. Girl stable on my drills. Split her now. Panic spikes vitals. Sareth trauma lingers. Sareth tilted her head, scanned Illyra's trembling frills. Captain Keth. Verify. Keth nodded. Human synced her. Saved the extras too. Competence proven. Interrogator sputtered. But security, detain me with her. Mara, extended bound wrists. Keeps her calm. Sareth's frills shifted, blue to cautious green. She signaled enforcers back. Very well. Together. For now? Illyra beamed. See, Mama? Mara protect. Medics ushered them to a side chamber. Mara settled Illyra on a cushioned berth. Metronome ticked on. Queen watched every move. Interrogator loomed. Actions first. Raidership. Why override cells? Mara kept breath synced. Sensors pinged life signs. Standard sweep. Delayed primary extract by minutes. Reinforcements inbound. Racks neutralized. 5 young returned.
Sareth leaned in. You treat my daughter's shock with machine rhythm?
Metronome.
Sinks panic. Works on humans. Works here.
Illyra joined, flawless. Queen's crest rippled. Admiration edged her voice. Primitive. Keth added. Her rifle work shredded raider flanks. Human rush. Precise. Interrogator probed. And Rax, you bound him solo? Mara shrugged. Tased. Zipped. Gagged. Routine. Sareth silenced the interrogator with a glance. Turned to Mara. Even. Extras. Mara checked Irira's seals. All green.
Illyra yawned, eyes heavy.
Mara friend. Loyal. Queen placed a claw on Mara's shoulder. Grip firm, like Keth's earlier. Loyalty noted, Sergeant Vance. Rest now. Throne remembers. Guards unbound Mara's wrists. Mara rubbed circulation back. Illyra curled against her side, asleep fast. But Sareth's advisors whispered. One slipped a data slate to the interrogator. Mara caught the guards, shoved Mara forward. Chains rattled across the throne room's polished stone. She halted 5 paces from Queen Sareth's dais. All eyes locked on her. Alien courtiers in iridescent robes, Captain Joran Keth at rigid attention, and the tiny Princess Illyra perched on a cushioned throne beside her mother. Mara knelt, unclasped her mission recorder from her belt. Placed it at the Queen's taloned feet. The device hummed faintly, its screen flickering to life with raid footage. Sareth's crest flared red. Human. You override my protocols. Delay extractions. Bind my enemies without clearance. Give me one reason not to end you here. Silence crushed the chamber. Mara kept her gaze level. No flinch. Ma'am. Proof first. The Queen's claw tapped the recorder. Hollow projections burst upward, time-stamped maps of the raidership, heat signatures pulsing in override cells. Mara's voice overlaid, sensors ping life signs. 5 young, non-combatants, standard sweep. Sareth's eyes narrowed. You claim routine. My forces cleared the ship in hours. You risked the princess for strays? Mara nodded once. Hostiles used them as shields. Rax orders. Another projection. Intercepted comms. Warden Rax's gravel voice barking. Lock the whelps in cells. Leverage for the Queen's head.
Courtiers hissed. Keth shifted, mandibles clicking approval. The queen silenced them with a raised talon.
And Rax? You neutralized him alone? Tased, zipped, gagged. Mara pulled up the kill cam. Her rifle bursts shredding raider flanks. Precise human rush cutting through chaos while alien squads held perimeter. Sareth's crest softened a fraction. Primitive weapons. Effective fire discipline. She leaned forward. Yet you refused retreat until all were extracted. Even after Illyri was secured.
Mara's voice stayed flat.
She glanced at the princess. Illyra watched wide-eyed, clutching a small data pad. Interrogator drones hummed from the shadows. One projected accusations. Delayed extract, unauthorized overrides, potential raider sympathies. Mara countered each. Timestamp synced. Primary extract, 1427. Cells breached, 1429. Hacks down, 1431.
All aboard by 1435.
Keth stepped forward. Humans shredded their reinforcements. My squad linked up seamless.
Sareth waved him back. Her gaze drilled into Mara.
Loyalty or ploy? Humans meddle, always.
Illyra slipped from her throne, padded forward on bare feet.
Courtiers gasped. The queen's voice sharpened. Illyra, stay. But the princess ignored her, reached Mara's side, tugged her sleeve. Mara sank to one knee, matched Illyra's height, kept hands open, still chained. No prompts, no words. Illyra tilted her head, placed a small claw on Mara's wrist guard. Mara, protect. See, Mama? Sareth froze, the chamber held its breath. Illyra chose, climbed onto Mara's knee, curled against her chest like in the medbay. Metronome app still ticked softly from Mara's vambrace. The queen's crest rippled blue. Admiration edged her tone.
She chooses you. Mara held steady.
Illyra's warmth pressed close. Just doing the job, ma'am. Guards clanked forward at an advisor's whisper, but Sareth slashed a talon. Enough. She rose. Descended the dais. Courtiers parted. Stopped before Mara. Rise, Sergeant Vance.
Chains unlocked with a click.
Mara stood, Illyra still clinging. You return my daughter. Whole. And 5 more. Sareth's voice carried. Human routine saves what we overlook.
Keth saluted.
Request permission to integrate her methods, Majesty. Human rush tactics. Peerless. Turn to Mara. Name your reward. Mara checked Illyra's seals. Bio readouts green on her HUD. No metal, ma'am. Request protection protocols for the freed captives. Raider remnants, hunt leverage. Courtiers murmured. Sareth's eyes gleamed. Granted. And more. You train my guards. Show this, metronome. This rush. Illyra yawned. Mara friend. Stay. Mara ruffled the child's crest gently. Copy that, princess. But advisors clustered. One hissed to the interrogator. Data slate passed again, flashing human alliance queries. Old raid logs. Sareth noticed. Snapped her claws. Dismissed. Sergeant Vance rests with Illyra. Doubts die today. Keth escorted Mara out. Illyra trailed, clutching her hand. Mama trust now? Mama synced her steps, earning it. They entered guest quarters. Cushions piled high, air humming with purifiers. Mara settled Illyra on the berth. Metronome ticked. Keth lingered at the door. You shredded Rack's best. My scopes caught it. Human aim. Unerring.
Routine.
Your perimeters locked it down. He mandibles flexed. A smile. Collaboration. We learn from you. You from us. Footsteps echoed outside. Guards posted double. Story? Mara? Mara activated a holotail, simple human fable of lost pups and steady hands. Illyra's eyes drooped. Queen's voice filtered through comms. Report to throne at dawn. Formal alliance draft. Affirm, ma'am. Mara scanned feeds raider signals dark, captive secured in safe holds. But a shadow flickered on her HUD.
Encrypted ping from the advisor's slate. Human meddler.
Bloodline watches. She archived it. Priority, Illyra's breaths even. Protection first. Dawn broke. Mara strode back to the throne room. No chains this time. Illyra bounced beside her, crest perked.
Sareth waited with Keth. Data slates stacked.
Protocols drafted. Your captive shielded. Now, teach. Mara placed her rifle schematic at the queen's feet. Start here. Human rush. Speed, sync, never leave them. Courtiers leaned in. Keth synced his rifle.
Test fire echoed. Flawless mimicry.
Illyra clapped. Mara best. Sareth placed a claw on Mara's shoulder. Throne remembers, Sergeant. Bloodline 2. Whispers faded, trust sealed in action. But Mara's HUD pinged again. Raider remnant signal, closing on outer colonies. Rack's kin. She met Sareth's gaze. Ma'am? New sweep? The Queen's crest flared gold. Together. Mara nodded. Illyra hugged her leg. Keth loaded mags. Routine escalated. Humans protected. Aliens adapted. Bond forged. Hours later, dropship thrummed. Mara checked Illyra's harness. Snug.
Stay with Mama.
You come back. Always. Keth piloted. Sareth's voice crackled. Neutralized them. All. Mara's rifle cycled. Sensors pinged life signs. Hostiles, but cells again. Young ones? Override coming, she murmured. Keth glanced. Routine? Damn right. Raider ship loomed. Mara rushed the breach. Shredded flanks. Breached cells. 3 more saved. Rack's brothers snarled from the bridge. Human. Tace. Zip. Gag. Extract clean. Back aboard, Sareth awaited. Illyra ran forward. Mara protect again. Queen's claw rested on the new captives. You're normal? Extraordinary. Mara knelt to Illyra. Team effort, princess. Trust built. One rescue at a time. But the advisor Mara's boots echoed on the polished hangar deck as she led Illyra forward. The princess clutched her hand, tiny claws digging in with perfect trust. Royal guards snapped to attention, their crests flaring blue. Mara ignored the stares. She halted before the throne platform, released Illyra's hand, and snapped a salute. Staff Sergeant Mara Vance, Terran Alliance Special Operations. Mission complete. Princess Illyra secured and extracted from Raider vessel designation Hrax Prime. Hostile leader neutralized. No casualties on asset. Her voice cut crisp through the hum of idling dropships. She extended a data chit, full report, vidlogs, biometrics. Routine handoff. Illyra bolted past the chit.
Mama! The cry pierced the air. Queen Sareth swept down from the platform, robes swirling like liquid silver.
Her arms crushed Illyra close, crests pulsing violet, then gold. The Queen's composure cracked, shoulders heaved. A low trill escaped her throat. Courtiers shifted, whispers rising. Illyra wriggled just enough to point at Mara. Safe. Mara, safe. She repeated it, voice piping clear. Mara, protect.
Rush boom. All safe.
Sareth's gaze locked on Mara.
Claws flexed on her daughter's back. Sergeant, the word rasped, heavy with unsaid debts. Guards edged closer, rifles low but ready. Mara felt their doubt. Human hands on royal blood? One wrong move. Mara stood rock steady. Assets secure, ma'am. My duty. She kept her face neutral. Hands at sides, no shakes. Not here. Illyra tugged Sareth's robe. Mara, stay. Play rush? The Queen straightened, composure snapping back like armor. She sat Illyra down but kept one claw on her shoulder. You breached a Raider fortress. Alone. With my heir. Her eyes narrowed, scanning Mara's battered armor, the fresh scorch marks.
Humans call this routine?
Never leave civilians behind. Mara met the gaze level. No brag. Just fact. Captain Joran Keth stepped from the ranks, his uniform pristine despite the chaos. He eyed Mara like a puzzle half-solved. Your methods shredded their defenses. Flawless, but reckless. His crest twitched, admiration warring with protocol. Mara shrugged one shoulder. Speed sinks the team, gets the job done. She pivoted toward the exit ramp. Dust-off shuttle waited. Mission logged. Time to ghost. Vance. Keth's voice halted her. He extended a palm, an oath coin gleaming, etched with Sareth's crest. Alien alloy warm to the touch. Throne charter. Joint ops. Raiders hit outer colonies. Rack's remnants. We fly together. Mara paused, fingers hovering. The coin weighed alliance. Aliens didn't hand these lightly. She glanced at Illyra. Princess beamed, bouncing. Sareth watched, silent judgment in her stance. Terms? Mara asked, voice flat. Keth synced his gauntlet to hers. Link established. You lead breach. We cover flanks. Neutralize threats. A guard muttered. Sareth silenced him with a look. Mara palmed the coin. Accepted. She clipped it to her harness. Routine escalated. Good. Illyra rushed her legs again. Mara knelt, checked the princess's harness one last time. Stay with Mama. Safe. You too. Illyra's claws patted Mara's helmet. Come back. Always? Mara rose, nodded to Sereth. The Queen dipped her crest. Approval earned. Keth clapped her shoulder. Shipreps now. Marines inbound. Mara strode to the dropship ramp. Alien Marines filed in behind, scaled hides, plasma lances humming. They stacked gear. Eyes on her. Doubt lingered, but actions spoke.
Sync check, Mara called. Rifles cycled in unison.
Flawless. Thrust kicked in. Hangar shrank below. Illyra waved from Sereth's arms. Mara gripped her harness, HUD pinging radar signals. Krax's kin. 3 vessels, outer rim. Cells confirmed. Keth piloted, claws steady on controls. Your rush tactic.
Raider flanks, shred easy.
Team sync. Mara confirmed. Breach on my mark.
Sensors lit red. Lead Raider ship loomed, spines bristling.
Marines tensed. Mara stood first. Mag checked. Drop in 5. Protect the cells. Hostiles swarmed the breach point. Raiders with vibro claws, snarling crests. Mara rushed first. Boots slamming deck. Suppressor barked. 3 down, non-lethal. Flanks left, she rolled. Taste a lunging brute. Zip tie snapped. Keth's lance vaporized cover. Clear. Marines poured plasma, precise grids. Raider returned fire splashed armor. Hot but held.
Cells starboard! Mara vaulted debris. Door hissed open.
4 young aliens huddled, eyes wide. Safe. Out now. She scooped the smallest, slung it over shoulder. Others grabbed hands. Chain extract. A raider burst from shadows. Human filth! Vibroclaw swung. Mara sidestepped, rifle butt cracked jaw. Tace. Down. Keth covered rear. Bridge secure. Lock it. Marine zip-tied stragglers. Clean sweep. Back aboard. Dropship thrummed home. Young ones clung to Marines, trilling thanks. Keth synced report. Hirax's brother secured. Cells intact. Mara unslung the kid. Handed it off. Routine. Her hand stayed steady. Royal hangar again. Sereth waited, Illyra at her side. New captives knelt. Chained. The Queen's claw rested on a young one's head. Again. You are normal. Mara knelt for Illyra's hug. Princess squeezed. Mara best protect, courtiers murmured. Keth pocketed his oath coin twin.
Next signal pings core worlds. Hax Lieutenant.
Together. Mara nodded, rising. HUD pinged, fresh intel. Larger force, but cells aboard. Priorities locked. She turned for the next ship. A tremor hit her hands. Adrenaline crash. She clenched fists before anyone saw. Shake past. Routine held. But the advisor at Cyrith's side leaned in, whispering. His crest spiked red.
Human too deep in bloodline ops.
What if? Sereth silenced him with a claw. She protects. We adapt. Mara boarded. Marine sinking behind. Raider Lieutenant's ship blipped closer. Breach loomed. Irea's voice crackled over comms. Mara safe? Always, Princess. Rifle cycled. Rush incoming. Dropship dove. Alarms wailed. Contact! Keth yelled. Mara grinned under helmet. Sync up. Protect what's ours. Raiders met steel. Human rush met alien precision. Cells waited. Lieutenant Rax snarled from his bridge feed. Vance. You died today. Mara breached. Not leaving any behind. Plasma flew. Claws clashed. 1 young cell royal markings. Hidden air. Sensors confirmed. Mara's heart kicked. Override. VIP extract. Keth lanced a path. On you. She rushed. Grabbed the hidden one tiny, terrified. Safe. Hirax. Lunged. Mine. Mara tased mid-swing. Zip. Gag. Down. Extract clean. Back aboard. The young royal clung. Sereth's voice boomed on arrival. Bloodline twice saved. Sergeant. Mara handed off. Hands. Steady now. Duty, ma'am. But Illyra pointed. Mara shake? No. Strong. Queen's eyes, sharpened. Saw it all. Crest gold. Throne binds oath.